Welcome to the deep dive. Our mission today, it's really to explore a kind of quiet, very necessary wisdom. And to get there, we're going to start with, well, a rupture.
Sure.
So just imagine this with me for a second. The world is ordinary. Maybe it's a little too loud, a bit too fast, normal afternoon. And then, with no warning, a summer storm just cracks the sky open.
Like a whip.
Exactly. It just shatters the calm.
And everything changes in that one instant. It's this moment of forced surrender, really. The pressure drops, the light gets weird, and everything, leaves on the trees, your to-do list, your thoughts, it all just scatters. A kind of brief total panic.
It all scatters, but the rupture itself, it's short. Just as fast as it came, the storm stops, the chaos is gone, and we're left with this enormous vibrating stillness.
And that's where the human mind kicks in, right? To just jumps to fill that void.
Yeah.
We hear the silence and we think, okay, what's missing? Is this just a pause? A break before the next thing starts?
And that, you see, is the subtle trap. This silence isn't an absence. It's not a void. It's dense. It's humming with a kind of completion. It's like the world finally taking a deep breath out.
So the silence is proof that the storm did its job, that the rupture was necessary.
Precisely. It's completion. And if you really lean into it, if you listen with more than just your ears, you can almost taste something in it. It's the unmistakable flavor of an ending. Not tragedy, not failure, just fullness.
I get the metaphor, I do.
Yeah.
But in my own life, when something shatters a plan or relationship, that silence, it mostly feels like shock or grief. I mean, we're wired to chase beginnings, aren't we? They have all the promise. Endings just feel dark.
And that's the core of it. We flinch. We rush through endings like there's some uncomfortable chore we just have to get done.
Like a cold shower.
Yeah, exactly. But the silence, it invites us to do the opposite, to just linger, to let the rainwater pool in your hands and not immediately wipe them dry.
But if we linger, doesn't the loss just get heavier?
Well, what happens is that your perspective shifts. You start to see that this completion, this ending, it isn't the opposite of life. It's actually one of life's purest forms. It's the precondition for whatever comes next. I mean, think of the teacup analogy.
Right, a full cup can't receive any more tea.
So to get more, it has to be emptied. Now, is that emptying a tragedy? Is it a loss?
No, it's readiness.
It is readiness. The full cup serves its purpose right now. But the empty cup, that holds all the possibility of the future.
That really reframes our resistance, doesn't it? We cling to the full cup, the job we know, the relationship that's comfortable, even when the tea inside has gone cold. We cling to the safety of it.
We do, and sometimes you have to let go. You have to honor what the full cup gave you, and then you have to honor the vast, pregnant potential of the empty one. You have to make that space.
Which brings us back to the slum. If emptying the cup is so important, why does it so often need that? That violence, the thunder. Why can't we just gently pour it out?
Because the ego clings. Our habits, our identities, we hold on so tightly, even to things that are no longer breathing life into us. So the thunder is, well, it's the crash of what must end.
So the universe sends a storm to do the thing we couldn't bring ourselves to do gently.
Exactly. Not because the pain is the point, but because some things can only be shattered. They can't be gently undone.
Which leads to that paradox.
Yeah.
The louder the thunder, the deeper the silence that falls. You think chaos would just create more chaos, but
It doesn't.
so what does that deeper silence do? You called it active receptivity. What does that mean?
Well, if the thunder is the plow breaking up the hard soil, the silence is the field, now open and ready for the seed. It's not passive at all. It's the blank page after the final word has been written. It doesn't demand anything. It just holds the space.
But we're so trained to fix things, especially after a crisis. We want to analyze what went wrong, make a new plan, move forward. How do we just sit in that receptive space?
You stop running from the echo. That's the first gate. You just have to stop. Stop trying to explain it. Stop trying to fix it. Stop rushing to the next thing. You just stay with the deep, uncomplicated presence of what is.
Even in the ruins.
Yes, especially in the ruins, because that's where you find a strange kind of nourishment. It's a nourishment that doesn't feed the future you're planning. It feeds the now. It teaches you that completion doesn't leave you empty. It leaves you whole, and wholeness. It's quiet.
So we're always looking for the story of healing or moving on, but the real value is in that stationary moment, in the silence itself.
You see, the silence after the thunder is a coprin. It's not a riddle you solve with your mind. It's a question you live in your body. It just whispers, "Are you here now?" It asks for everything, but not your intellect.
So it's about feeling the reality of the moment, not analyzing it. That sounds really hard. especially when your body's full of adrenaline from the thunder. How do you actually do that? How do you descend into the moment?
It's what you could call the alchemy of the everyday. It isn't about transcendence, about flying above the pain. It's about descent, dropping so completely into the texture of this present moment that even the pain becomes a kind of intimacy. You become intimate with your own unfiltered reality.
I think we're almost allergic to the mundane today. We scroll past any moment of stillness. We see ordinary life as just filler.
Yeah.
We're waiting for the big revelation on the mountaintop.
But the sacred is woven right into that ordinary fabric. The masters knew this. There's that story of Master Zhaozu who was asked this huge abstract question: what is the meaning of the Buddhas coming from the West?
And he didn't give some grand philosophical answer.
No, he just asked, have you eaten your rice porridge? The monk said yes. And Zhaozu said, then go wash your bowl.
Wow.
No grand philosophy, just presence, just the task at hand.
It just pulls enlightenment out of the clouds and puts it right there in the feeling of warm water on your hands.
Exactly. Think about folding laundry. To the busy mind, it's a chore. But if you're present, it's a ritual. You feel the weight of the towel. You focus on aligning the sleeves. In that moment, there's no regret about the past, no worry about the future, just the quiet intimacy of care. That's where the softening happens, when your attention shifts from your own suffering to just witnessing life.
So if I take that raw feeling after a big life event, that anxiety, and I apply that bowl washing attention to something simple, like making a cup of coffee, I'm not running from the feeling,
You're choosing to inhabit the now. Instead of letting the what-ifs colonize you, the more you inhabit this moment, even a raw, difficult moment, the less power it has over you.
It's that paradox of presence again. By meeting the pain fully, you actually lessen its hold.
Think of a stone in a river. The water doesn't fight the stone. It just flows around it, over it. And over time, the stone becomes smooth, part of the current. And this practice, this finding the sacred in the everyday, it leads to the ultimate question the silence asks. What was your original face before your parents were born?
It's a famous koan. It sounds so mystical, but strip down. It's just asking, who are you without all your labels? Without the role of achiever or victim or partner? Who are you right now, before your mind tells you who you are?
And that original face, it shows up, not just in a monastery. It's in the hidden quiet spaces of our lives. The gap between subway stops when you lose your phone signal. The pause before you hit send on a text. The quiet after a difficult phone call. These are little altars where awareness flickers on.
So if that original face is always here, and peace is our natural state, why does the thunder even need to happen? Doesn't the pain just push us further away from it?
The pain is just the evidence of our clinging. The silence isn't asking you to become peaceful. It's revealing the peace that was already there, underneath all the noise, like the sky behind the storm clouds.
We don't create it, we uncover it.
Yes. By stopping the war inside. The war against the ending, the war against uncertainty. Wholeness isn't loud. It doesn't need to announce itself. It simply is.
So we've come back to that moment, after the last raindrop. The whole world just holding its breath.
That is the silence of sufficiency. We spend our lives chasing closure, trying to tie up all the loose ends. But what if completion isn't about tying them up? What if it's about untying the need for them to be tied at all?
We mourn the empty space, we call it loss. But really, it's not a void, it's a vessel, ready. The teacup is clean.
The end and the beginning are just folds in the same cloth. This silence is the storm's most honest word. It just says, here, this isn't perfection. It is ripeness. And the paradox is, when you surrender to the end, not as a defeat, but as a kind of devotion, you realize nothing truly ended. Only your grip loosened.
We thought we needed answers, or a plan. But what was really needed was just the courage to stand still, to live inside the question mark.
So don't rush to narrate this silence. Don't label it healing or moving forward. Those are just stories. And attempt to build the next identity before you've even let go of the last one. Instead, just taste it. Feel the weight of your body in the chair. Feel the air coming in. The space you're running from is the space you need. The story was never yours to finish anyway. It was just life living itself through you. You are not the storm. You're not the silence. You are the space where both of them happen. And what's left when all the words fall away? Just this. A single raindrop falling into a still pond. A breath returning home. And in that silence,